Habit. Habit is the second nature. We all have heard. Our life's accomplishments are so much influenced by our habits. Today, I, Shilpi Chanda, a certified health coach and a life coach, am going to talk about habits that we all have. There is no exceptions. We all have habits. Habit, a five-letter word which has so much impact on our lives than we think. A habit is a routine of behavior that you repeat regularly. Make sense? And habit tends to occur subconsciously. Now, according to the American Journal of Psychology, 1903, defines a habit from the standpoint of psychology as a more or less fixed way of thinking, willing or feeling acquired through previous repetition of a mental experience. Habitual behavior often goes unnoticed in persons exhibiting it. Because a person does not need to engage in self-analysis when undertaking routine tasks, habits are sometimes compulsory. Now again, a 2002 daily experience study by habit researcher Wendy Woods and her colleagues found that approximately 43% of daily behaviors are performed out of habits. New behaviors can become automatic through the process of habit formation. Old habits are hard to break and new habits are hard to form. Because the behavioral patterns which humans repeat become imprinted in neural pathways, but it is possible to form new habits through repetition. A study in 2007 by Wood and Neal found that when behaviors are repeated in a consistent context, there is an incremental increase in the link between the context and the action. This increases the automaticity of the behavior in that context. Features of an automatic behavior are of or some of. Scientists have discovered that there is an area in our brain where habits are stored, the so-called basal ganglia. The basal ganglia are a group of structures found deep within the cerebral hemispheres. The basal ganglia are strongly interconnected with the cerebral cortex, thalamus, and the brainstem, as well as several other brain areas. Now, these help us to form habits. We have good habits, we have bad habits, and we have some behaviors that is just not in our control. Now, good habits, realizing the importance of forming good habits and not forming bad habits is very essential. Good habits help us promote a healthy life, a healthy body, a healthy mind, and also helps us succeed in our career, our professional life. Habits that are formed during early age mature with age and become the part of an individual's nature. Think of you always have a habit of being on time. You're always on time and you have the habit of reaching office at time, attending meetings on time. So what do you think? What will be the outcome? Of course, you are going to be a person renowned or known for your punctuality, which will be a part of your reputation, which will be part of your personality. It's a very small thing, you might think, but it has a big impact on us. It is believed that practicing a certain routine for 21 days can help to form habit. Therefore, if you want to form a good habit, practicing it daily is necessary. Making a journal and writing the changes you want in your life can actually help you achieve them. Understanding the cues which may demoralize or obstruct the process of change should be considered at the initial contemplation stage. When you're still thinking about making the change, when you're really thinking of how to make the change. Once you identify what actually will support or help you to make the particular change and help you form the good habit, then the journey to make the change becomes planned and successful. Self-regulation is what you need to have so that you monitor yourself to make the certain change. You will need a good support system, which could be friends, families, or a coach which can help you to motivate throughout. To be successful in life, you have to point out the habits that you have in your life which are not helping you anyways. Health, wellness, career, home, any of which can suffer due to bad habits. Strong willpower and intentions can move mountains, so can the bad habits be actually overcome or changed with strong willpower and intentions. If you are determined enough and work towards it, it will not take too long for you to make a change. One of the best methods that works for me is taking one day at a time. That means don't think of how many days you'll be able to follow through with the change or how many days you have to do to make it a habit, to form a habit. At the beginning, think of what change you want to make and start. Count each day a success as you work through until you are doing it for around 6 months or so. Slowly, your brain will recognize the routine as habit and you will do it effortlessly as sipping water. Many of us have the habit of forgetting things. Do you have that habit of forgetting things? We all do forget things at times, but sometimes we tend to forget more. So, this thing could be really practiced and remembered if we are mindful, if we are attentive, if we are careful enough and pay attention enough to all the details that we are listening to, we are surrounded with. It is very important to be always mindful. Being mindful can actually help you to go that extra length and remember things the way it is. Many of the things that we do in our life are actually our habits and actually the process of remembering things from the past experiences. So if we are mindful and if we know what we are doing today, we can make our tomorrow better. We can remember things. Remembering things can help you in a big way. Now, there are many techniques which exist for removing bad habits, identifying and removing factors that trigger and reinforce that habit. The basal ganglia appears to remember the context that triggers a habit. So habits can be revived if triggers reappear. You can use it to your benefit as well. So if you are trying to form a good habit, the basal ganglia is going to remember that as well. Suppose you want to make a good habit of maybe remembering where you put your key every time. You could actually use kind of a note where you keep your keys and always read the same note every day. That will help you it will create a kind of trigger for you to form a habit, and it will act as a trigger to maintain that. So in the other context, recognizing and eliminating bad habits as soon as possible is also advised. Habit elimination becomes more difficult with age because repetition reinforces habits cumulatively over the lifespan. So it is always nice, it is always more effective if we are developing good habits in younger children. Now, there are many children which do not like vegetables and do not want to eat fruits. Given a choice in childhood of only fruits and vegetables, they would grow with a habit and a taste developing only fruits and vegetables. If we are giving them exposure to different types of fruits and vegetables, they will like and love them. If we expose them to different types of cookies and all sorts of junk food, then the taste buds and the brain will recognize those as foods they like and those that food their body wants. So, be it moral education, be it health, be it knowledge, or be it education, be it personal, be it social, it is very important that we develop good habits in younger kids from a very early age. For instance, I'm just going to give a small example. When the clay, if you have ever seen the pottery making, and when the clay is really soft and it's put on for making the pot, the way it is being shaped with the two hands, the shape comes in that way. So are the kids. So if we are trying to make good habits, if we are trying to create good habits, we should start early. It's never too late. So if you want to make a change in your life, if you want to make a habit, eliminate a habit and form a good habit, it's never too late. Start today. Start now. Make a note. Make a black and white note. Write in a sticky note and stick it somewhere where you actually go every day. Maybe on a mirror, maybe on your computer, maybe on your laptop. And read it every day so that you remember. If you are having tough time, there are many support that you can get. There are many support that is available online and offline as well. So you could choose one. But never lose hope and never think that, I have formed this habit and I cannot do anything anymore about it. You can. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. So make a change. And if you change, the people around you change and the atmosphere around you change, your aura changes and you bring positivity in your life. And if you bring positivity in your life, you bring success in your life. You bring happiness in your life. You are more joyful, chirpy, and happy. So be happy. Bring the change you want and live a life that is happy and successful. Take care. Thank you.